Hello. Do we like the glasses? Okay, glasses. No glasses. I'm like parked in this random parking lot and I haven't filmed in this location before. I typically film in like a parking garage, but I wanted to take advantage of the sunlight. It's such a nice day out. And take advantage of the sunlight while we have it because it's about to be winter and like in the winter it's like gross sunlight. Like the winter is beautiful, but it's not for me. I don't like the winter. I don't like the summer. I like fall and spring when it's like not too hot but not too cold. I don't know. Midwest winters are like the worst. I don't know. Maybe East Coast winters are also really bad, but Alaskan winters, how horrible. Imagine living in Alaska. My hair isn't up today and I blew it out. Hey. I have a couple of talking points that I want to like touch on today, but I don't really have like I have a topic, but I don't really have like a specific thing I want to talk about. So I thought we would just Oh my goodness, how exciting. The one thing I did want to like really touch on was like your 20s. I think that I kind of touched on it the last video, but I didn't talk about it. It wasn't like the main topic of last video, obviously, but I didn't talk about it as much as I wanted to talk about it. So here we are. Oh my goodness. So like I said, I want to talk about like your 20s and how hard your 20s are. My goodness. I like sound old when I'm talking about that. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 20s. But I think what's hard about your 20s is that, and how we talked about in the last video, everything happens for a reason, right? And accepting like the fact of that. But I think what's hard about accepting the fact of that in your 20s is that is you see other people doing like things that you wish you would do, if that makes sense. Like you're like, okay, well, this person has a career that I want and they're in their 20s, or this person has kids and this person has a family, or this person like has their life more together in their 20s than I do. But in reality, like how we touched on in the last video, first of all, you don't know what everybody's going through. So even though they have all those things in their 20s, there's a possibility that they're not like as emotionally mature as you are. Like some people like to work on their emotional maturity at different ages, right? And I think it's important to work on your emotional maturity in your 20s because that's like peak time to be able to like learn and grow from your experiences, and rather than like having to deal with emotional immaturity like when you're older and you have kids and like things that you need to like actually like really focus on, you know what I mean? And some people will have like a solid career in their 20s and not be emotionally mature, which, you know, everybody chooses to grow when they want to grow. But I think what I really struggled with was the concept of time, like especially like around my birthday last year. Like I wouldn't say like birthdays are necessarily like horrible for me, but I think birthdays are a little hard for me. They're not horrible, but they're hard. And it's gotten easier. Well, no, I think it will be easier this year in terms of birthdays for me. But last year I just struggled with like, what the fuck am I doing? No, I don't have the career I want. I don't have kids, blah, blah, blah. And like really just like beating myself up because of it. And in reality, I feel like I'm really touching on a lot of the stuff that I mentioned last video. So stay with me because I have more to it. But I think that, you know, with growing your emotional maturity, like time doesn't really matter anymore. And there's this quote that Timothy Chalamet says, and I don't remember it exactly, but it's in the essence of like when you realize that life isn't coming at you and it's coming through you. Amazing. And realizing that like you are the one who is controlling your life 100%, period. And when you realize that you are the one controlling your life and life isn't coming at you, but it's coming through you and through your you know, the things that you've learned and through the things that you've healed, and being able to go through hardships and like looking at them as like good things rather than like almost falling victim to them. Because you know, there's multiple ways that you can look at how things affect you. You know what I mean? You can look at them as like, oh my God, like that was horrible. I am going to like close myself off now because I don't want that shit to happen to me again. Rather than being like, okay, like why did it happen though? Or like, how can I grow from this? I think that, you know, growing up through like the experiences that I experienced, I'm like, okay, I'm going to totally shut myself down now because I never want to feel those feelings ever again. And what a disservice to like you and your growth to be able to like shut yourself down to not feel the like certain feelings. How are you supposed to grow from your experiences if you're just shutting yourself down? And I think that a lot of people will have like periods of their life where things just like the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again. And you're like, why is this happening to me? This doesn't make any sense. But it's because there is a lesson in it. There's a lesson that you need to learn that you keep like pushing yourself away from. And whether, you know, that lesson is like a part of like your contract or a part of your mission from God or however you want to view it, there's a reason why that lesson keeps coming to you. And the more you keep pushing it away, the harder it's going to be when it comes back every single time. And finding like the positives in the horrible things that come to you and looking at them and being like, okay, well, this is why this lesson came into my life. Or, you know what? Sometimes you won't even realize why that lesson came into your life until you have to use the tools for that lesson in your like experiences in the future. And, you know, like I say, and like everybody says, everything in your life happens for a reason. And I think that everybody needs to give every experience and every lesson and every person that comes into your life the benefit of the doubt, and not being afraid of like people or being afraid of being vulnerable or learning lessons because you're afraid of getting hurt. Like I said, there's no room for growth with that type of mindset, especially with experiences with people, and giving them the benefit of the doubt and giving yourself the benefit of the doubt to be vulnerable in front of that person. Because even if they don't reciprocate, at least you can say that you were truly authentically yourself. And, you know, if they didn't reciprocate, that's their issue. You know what I mean? There's no regrets within yourself then. You know, okay, looking back on high school, there was so many relationships that I had where these people were just judging me and didn't particularly like me. Maybe they did, but they were like, it felt like they were put into my life to judge me. And I like held on to these friendships and these relationships because I did think they genuinely liked me and liked spending time around me, judging me for like who I was. And, you know, like I said in my last video, I was a lot, you know what I mean? I think it made me grow into the person that I am today because I realized that I had to have relationships like that to truly recognize what true, authentic friendship is. And rather than looking at it like being and saying like, oh my gosh, that's like embarrassing that I would like stay around those people, or embarrassing to say that I had a relationship with these people who like truly didn't even like me, but just tolerated me. But what a small-minded like way to think about things, rather than being like, okay, well, I had those relationships because now the people that are in my life like truly appreciate who I am and enjoy being around me and enjoy spending time around me. And it took me how many years to be able to find these true, authentic friendships, but what a blessing that I have them now. But I had to learn from the shitty friendships that I had before and like increase my standards in terms of friendships, because I think that, you know, those types of relationships will totally break you down and like make you rethink your worth. People always talk about raising your standards in terms of like romantic relationships, but it's okay to have standards in terms of friendships too, because there are a lot of people who will just suck the life out of you in terms of friendship, and that's just because they're insecure within themselves. But it made me spend a lot of time like alone, and being alone isn't necessarily like a bad thing, but there was points in times where like I would like lock myself away, and I had friends but they were like far away, or like I just kind of distanced myself from them. And I think that like time alone really made me like rethink all of the friendships that I had, like fixing my fear of like people leaving me, because I think that was a really big problem for me, is I would just be afraid of people leaving and just like totally bearing myself to them, but it wouldn't be reciprocated, and just thinking that I was like not lovable, which is not true at all. That was a good one. Did you guys hear that? Yeah, thinking that I like wasn't lovable because of the way that like these people in my life were treating me, but they were just not the right people for me. But finding the lesson within that friendship and relationship and being like, okay, well, now I have to fix this part of myself so that when I do have another friendship that's like truly meaningful, I know how to like work through this or learn when to leave. You know what I mean? And recognizing when, okay, maybe this friendship isn't like the best thing for me. And, you know, and this also goes for romantic relationships. And I think that I stayed in a lot of romantic relationships just because it felt more comfortable than leaving. And comfortability will be the death of you, 100%. Because if you're comfortable in anything, there's no room for growth. Not saying that like relationships shouldn't be comfortable, because there should be like some comfortability in terms of relationships, but there should also be like room for growth. I can never ever like, I get halfway through what I'm saying and I totally forget what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's like undiagnosed ADHD, but it just feels like I have like like files in like my brain and like, or like post-it notes. And one of the post-it notes, like what I'm talking about, like falls off. And then like another one is like stuck on there. And it's like, okay, this is what you're thinking about now. Rather than like the words that are literally coming out of my mouth. I forget. I'm like, actually, what am I talking about? I have no idea. I don't remember what I was just talking about. I feel like I should have like more clearly wrote out this video so that I can like actually stay on topic like I did with my last video, but I didn't do that. And here we are. So with relationships, I yearn to be able to grow with the people that I'm in a relationship with. And when I say in a relationship, I mean platonic and romantic. But I yearn to be able to like see these people grow in my life, you know, without getting too personal. Mia and I have been friends since 2017 and it's 2025. No, that's not true. I met Mia in 2016. Yeah, like 9 years Mia and I have been friends. What the hell? Mia and I didn't go to school together. She is younger than me. By how many years? 2? 3. 3. She's younger than me by 3 years. But I met Mia when she was like 14, which is crazy. Is really crazy. The reason why we clicked was, I think, because we were just so like off the wall, like crazy and unapologetic. And that's the best way I can explain it. It sounds cringy, but like ADHD. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, we around each other, we felt like we could be like unapologetically ourselves and we wouldn't judge each other, which was amazing. But like seeing Mia grow into the person that she is now, I yearn for that shit. And like, just truly, since Mia and I moved in together, and I don't want to make this like a whole story about me and Mia, but since me and Mia moved in together, I think a lot, like, both of us have been on our own like growth paths, but we've done growth together, but also separately. But being able to like see her grow into the person that she is now is, it's like, I yearn for it. I want to be able to be in friendships and relationships where I can see like you grow into the person that you want to be, and like see their confidence grow, and like see like themselves, like see them like truly broken down, and like see them fully like build themselves back up. It's beautiful, and it's refreshing to have like friendships in your life like that. And you know, Mia is on the same page as I am, and that poor girl has seen me grow and break and grow and break and grow and break and grow and break a million times over. And what a blessing to be able to have people in your life that stay through that shit. I think that being in those types of friendships and being in those types of relationships is it will teach you lessons about yourself as well, and how you handle relationships, and how you handle certain things in your life. And being able to like just truly embrace, you know, another human in their true authentic form, and just seeing their cycles. Oh my God, how beautiful. I yearn for it. I yearn. And I yearn for vulnerability and yearn to be able to like witness those types of things, to be able to like just see the people that you surround yourself like grow into who they want to be. Ugh. Oh God. Yum. How like some people bite their nails. I bite my lips. Horrible habit. But and it's like horrible. I don't know how else to explain it. I bite the fuck out of my lips until they like, people bite the fuck out of their nails until they bleed. That's me with my lips. And there was like a point in time where I would bite my nails, and I decided to like start growing them out and like painting like a clear coat on them so I can't bite them anymore. But that made me go back to biting my lips. So, but look how long my natural nails are. Yum. Let's move on. Let's move on from this topic. I don't want to talk about it anymore. ASMR. ASMR. I'm not good at this. How do I hold this mic? Matcha ASMR. Yum. Let's go back to like the actual topic. The one thing I've learned from my 20s is I am an uninsatiable uninsatiable. Is that a word? Uninsatiable. I'm an unsatiable uninsatiable. Is this a word? I'm a yearner. I yearn. And hey, that's okay. It's okay to yearn. I like gravitate towards, I think that like, you know, everything in your life is placed for a reason, and you feel different feelings from different things, and you have to like reflect on those feelings that you feel from different things. But I gravitate towards like films and books that show an uninsatiable, is this a word? Okay. An undyingly amount of like yearning and gritty type of love, like soul stripping love. Oh, I love it. I think there's probably a reason for that. You know what I mean? Everything in your life is placed there for a reason. If you're seeing this, it is currently 222. And if you're seeing this right now, it's meant for you. I believe that I gravitate towards those things because there's like a level of me that like will experience that type of like love. You know, everything in your life is placed there for a reason, and you react to certain things because some things, you know, are meant for you. And I believe that I gravitate towards those things because that's what I'm going to receive. But I'm a yearner, and that's okay. And that's okay, and it's a beautiful thing to love and to yearn. And you know, it might scare some people away that I say that, but I think when I talk about like yearning, I just think of like soul bearing love. And you know, that love can be experienced in different relationships and not romantically. Like I said, I gravitate towards like films and books like Twilight, and oh, I'm really gonna nerd out right here. Like Twilight and like the Hunger Games. PETA. We've talked about PETA before in my first video. That was my first video. Anyways, I gravitate towards those things, and I just think that like bearing your complete soul to somebody is sexy, and being vulnerable with people is sexy. And like it's just like the type of love that like completely like breaks you down, and then like you see the other person like get like built back up. But like, because I think like true love is like something that like you grow together, and you see like different stages of like this person, and you see like, you know, them fall, but then you like also see them grow, and then you see them fall again. And what a beautiful thing to be able to experience that with another human and not just yourself. While it's beautiful to like build yourself back up by yourself, like it's even more beautiful to like experience it with another human. Amazing. Amazing. But that's what I've learned in my 20s. Is that I love a soul bearing yearning. I yearn. That's what I've learned. And that's what this whole entire video is me talking about. What else have I learned in my 20s? Oh, I'm a yearner. That's what I've learned. I'm a yearner. That's about it. That's not true. I've learned a lot of things. Like I shared in my last video. Vulnerability is cute and vulnerability is sexy. And I think like vulnerability like shown in films. But this winter I want to like actually like try and stay consistent in terms of like posting and stuff like that, to try and keep myself out of seasonal depression. Because what the fuck, why is it getting dark at fucking 5 o'clock? It's night time. As soon as it gets dark, it's night time. I'm going to bed. Like, I used to be like a night owl and like stay up. I can't do that shit anymore. Like, it gets dark and I'm like, ooh, my bed looks real nice. But I bought this like, I didn't buy it, I found it. I like bought it a really long time ago and then just recently found it. But it's this like planner notebook thing, and my next video I want to like go through it with you guys, and then it will like give me like accountability to like stay on top of it, you know. But that's what I want to do next video. I was gonna do it this video, but today I just kind of felt like I wanted to yap. And did I really talk about anything substantial or significant? Questionable. Yeah, questionable. I felt like I just yapped and literally yapped in circles. But I guess that's for you guys to decide and not me. Anyways, yeah, I don't have anything else more to talk about. I'm sorry if this video was kind of all over the place. Like I said, my brain is like just a wall of like sticky notes and walls of like files that like sometimes just like get lost, and then like a new file opens up and I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know how to stay on topic ever. And did we stay on topic? Not at all. But that's okay. So I apologize if this video was kind of all over the place, but I guess get used to it if you're gonna watch me. Anyways, tonight I'm gonna watch Glee and play some Mario Party with my friends. Really good at Mario Kart too. If anybody wants to like verse me in Mario Kart, I have Mario Kart Online. I have Mario Kart Online and I will beat you. I do say this with my true heart. I like went through a phase where I played Mario Kart like far too often, and I would play like online and I got really, really good at Mario Kart. So I also win at Mario Kart every time. So whoever wants to verse me in Mario Kart, just know you're gonna lose. And to my potential future partner, you will lose too. Now we talk about like real video games. I'm not very good. I dabble in some Fortnite. Maybe we'll do a Fortnite video. Am I good at Fortnite? I wouldn't say I'm bad. I'd say I'm horrible. I dabble in Fortnite. Mario Kart is what I'm really good at though in Mario Party. So, but that's what I'm gonna do tonight. Anyways, all right, love you guys. I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, glorious, yummy day. All right, love you. Bye.